Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Sal. How is everybody doing? I figure since y'all are here, I might as well be here. So, today we're going to be talking about reclaiming your dreams after tragedy. Let's give it a little bit. I get my notification, make sure everything is cut down so I don't have to hear myself twice. Get my analytics up. There we go. Put on live chat, y'all. Live chat. Cookie Wookie, Paula K. We are going to be slapping paint on some paper today for my sanity's sake. Hi, Alicia. Hello, Ava Lee. How y'all doing since I spoke to some of y'all this morning over at PMR Studio? But welcome, welcome, welcome. And if this is your first time here, over at Create Joy Studio, where we slap paint on paper so that we can heal one brushstroke at a time, thank you for coming over. Do say hello in the chat and say so we can, chat with you. If you don't want to, it's okay. Because my channel is kind of the kind of channel that you really don't have to be in the chat if you don't want to. But I do want you to have a good listening ear so that whatever your reason for hanging out with me is, hopefully by the time you leave, you'll have some nice little tips to help you carry on in life. Now, today has been one of those often kind of left, right. It's been like I've been in the ring of life today. And it's kind of started yesterday. But it was a good weekend. Daughter number two, my son-in-law came and, we hung out. I was outside on Saturday, y'all. They had me outside. Like outside. But it was a good time. Hung out with some family. So it was good. But y'all know once I got back home, I was like happy to be back home. I don't mind going outside. I just don't be wanting to stay outside. So yeah, let's put our paper up there. Hey Darcy, I got some. Listen, let me tell you, I got some things. When we get to that point in the stream, I got some pages to show you. Look at just all this yumminess that we've been doing, that I've been doing over here. It's a bunch. So by the time I get to that point, if I feel like it, then I'll pull the gel plate out. But if I don't, then I'm just going to be slapping paint on paper because, today is the anniversary. 19 years ago today, my life changed. My life changed like there was no other. Like thinking back on it, and that's been my problem in August is for what, not even only in August, but for whatever reason, you know how you get in that time, when something's happened in your life and it's been a traumatic change for your life. You just kind of think back to it like, you spend a lot of time in the woulda, coulda, shouldas. And so I spent a lot of time in August talking myself off of the woulda, coulda, shoulda ledge. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about today reclaiming your dreams after tragedy. How do I know that? Because I know who I am now on the other side of my loss. 19 years ago, I lost my daughter and my granddaughter. And then, 7 years ago, I lost my son. So reclaiming my dreams after tragedy, listen, if nobody can tell you about reclaiming your spark in life, living with joy, making sure you have the peace that you want, I'm that girl. And I'm going to be very transparent and honest with, sometimes. Rosemary, how are we doing? Are we bending that knee? Let's see where we're at. Okay, we're after 3 o'clock. I'm going to get started. So welcome to everybody that's here. Hello. Welcome to Create Joy Studio. I am Karen McCoy. As Shauna says, the real Karen McCoy. So I want to talk to you today about who I am on the other side of losing my children and my granddaughter, right? And I'm going to be slapping some paint on some paper because slapping paint on paper is what saved me in my sanity's sake. Like, it's the thing that I didn't have to try to figure out what I was doing, how to do it, or whatever, because once I start painting, I got to really hone in on my emotions with my mixed media. And then I got to not have to try to create something fabulous. That's not what I was trying to do. Wasn't trying to do that at all. But I figured since I was going to talk about it and I thought it was interesting, today is Monday, August the 24th. I was like, well, God, let's walk this puppy out. I should have cut that instead of folding it like that. Let me get my cutter. I have a new trimmer, y'all. Because now I feel like a real card maker because I own more than one trimmer. But I thought I had all my trimmers, you know, didn't care. But whew, this trimmer right here. Let's see. This is 9. We want to do 4.5, 5. Wait, how big is this paper? Oh, it's 12, so we're gonna do 6. I don't know why I thought it was that. Eddie, how are you? Who else came in? Mariah. See, here's my flowers. I was talking about I did something on vellum. These are my flowers that I stamped on vellum. I only own one trimmer. That really isn't true, but I only use one. Yeah, this is the one I got. This is my Cricut one, but this one right here was regular price, like $20-something, and I got it for like I think $10 because I use my discounts and all the things. Because y'all know I'm a Cricut person. Wait, did we needed to cut that again? Hold on. They did a good job. All right, this is not. There's the 9. So what's half a 9, y'all? 4 1/4, something like that. Oh, I gotta pull this back out. About right there. About it's not half. It's that one that's right there. I think it's that one. What it is? 4 and that one right there. That look right. It does not have to be perfect. In the words of Darcy, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I was short. I was one line off. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Dang, we cut this one. Urgh. So yeah, it's been a good, bad, and indifferent day. Um, but what I did have to tell myself is, Karen, give yourself credit. You still have a great life ahead of you. And then I had to give myself credit because I had to think back to where I come from. Like the day 19 years ago today was the worst day. I mean, I never thought I could. I didn't think I would be able to smile again. I didn't think anything good. It's like, is there anything good that comes out of, whatever? I didn't see good. At the time it happened 19 years ago, I didn't see good. I barely saw breathing. I feel like as me and my daughter was talking to the table, and I was like, I was on a suicide mission, but I was too punk. I was a punk. I couldn't do it, but the life I was living was very, very, very reckless, right? And it was because it was waking up every day with that kind of pain. So when I say the other side of my loss, I do not mean that I crossed over some magical line where the grief disappeared. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is I learned over the last, for real, the last 19 years, well, really the last 7 years, of how to reclaim my joy, my dreams. Like I know I have something, right? So when I say the other side of it, I mean I crossed over into where I decided to take one step at a time, right? I was no longer standing in the same place where the tragedy left me. So like, yes, it happened 19 years ago, round about this time. My life was already going spiraling downhill. But I've moved, I got married. I mean, so much has happened after. Mr. McCoy and I have been together 21 years. So, along with our relationship, we've been together. He's been through all the things with me. Like, so in the moving and growing and the times where I feel like I've cried till I don't have any tears to cry anymore. I don't know. I don't question things as much as I used to anymore. I used to. I don't pray about getting my joy back anymore. I have my joy back. I know what it looks like to have peace and joy, give myself grace, and to love on myself, right? But I have had days when I didn't understand how life would continue. So that's why today we're going to talk about, reclaiming your dreams after tragedy. And what does that look like? And I want you to make sure that you don't have guilt along with it. Because that was the other thing. When life happened, oh my God, I felt like when I started feeling better, Mr. McCoy asked me to marry him. We was getting married the whole time planning. I felt guilty that my life was moving on. And my daughter and my granddaughter wasn't there to be the flower girl. And, I was feeling real guilty. But how many of you know tragedy can interrupt your plans in life, right? It will. It will. Hey, Pinka. Let's see. Hey, Pinka. We got Carla. Ooh, that's they say that Stampin' Up! Trimming is good. 4.5 is half of 9. So 4.5 is half of 9. I missed that line. Anyways, so I'm going to paint some flowers today. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint some flowers. And of course, I'm going to turn them into cards. But I'm just going to really be in the moment as I kind of have a little conversation. And y'all know. And we're going to do that for a little bit. And then I'm going to check in with myself. Because, again, I've had a conversation with myself earlier. And I was just like, we're good. We're going to go on the live. We're going to do what we got to do. Hi, Jennifer. Because that's what we do. So as we get started, we got all our hellos in. And if you're on Team Replay and anything that I say resonate with you, or if you have any questions, do leave a comment, a question, whatever. I like to hang out with the Team Replay just as much as, we chat with each other here on the live. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. We might have a lot of quiet time, because the one thing I promise y'all I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna lose my crap. And then Blake in here, he whining, he wants to get to outside, and I told him we can't go outside now. He can't go outside now because y'all know he's still having hot spots. There we go, that's pretty. We like that. Yeah. Okay, so I think the one thing that I had to learn in life was how to live with the fact that my life had a major tragedy. I didn't know what tragedy really looked like. I knew what loss looked like because I had lost, as a matter of fact, a year before in 2006, I lost my uncle, who was like a father to me. And then I lost my god sister. So I knew what the loss was like. And all that was to me was God preparing me for the hard loss. And so in 2007, when it happened, I just didn't know how. I didn't know nothing. I just didn't know, right? But tragedy, it interrupted my life. It interrupted my life plans. It interrupted the road that I was on, so the timing of everything changed things. And sometimes I look at it now, it's for the good, it's for the bad. It is what it is. You got to look at it from what it was for you. But your life is not over simply because life didn't go according to the plan. That's what I really had to hone in on. And y'all know this was a time, so 19 years ago, this is when I stood at the crossroads with my faith. This is when I really, really, really was just like, dude, you did what? Like, this what I got to deal with? Oh, So there was a young lady who was in the well, I thought she worked. Just let me walk through it so I'll walk it out. She worked in the office, and we were sitting in the office of the apartment complex because we had to wait for them to get a warrant to do all the things before they can go into the apartment and all this here stuff, right? So I was angry. When I tell you I was mad at God, I was mad. I was just like, dude, what's going on? What we doing? And as I was like kind of look, I guess I had the look on my face, and then the young lady, she put the Bible in front of me, and I was like, not now. I don't want to, that is the last thing I want to do right now. She's like, no, here, read this. And she had the Bible open to a scripture. I didn't read it. And she's just like, no, read this. Don't say another word. Just read this. And I was like, no, not right now. And she just, don't say anything. Just read this. She kept saying it, kept saying it. It's like, no. You know, this is, she's like, don't say anything, because I really want to say all the things of what I was feeling in that moment. None of them was what I needed to have been saying. So I didn't never read the scripture. She read it to me. And it was in Isaiah 42. When you go through the fire, you'll come out and you won't smell like smoke. And, she basically read it to me, probably like maybe, I feel like she read it about 50 times, because that's all I kept hearing. You're going to go through the fire, but you're going to come out and you're not going to smell like smoke. You're going to go through the fire, you're going to come out and you're not going to smell like smoke. And that was just all I kept hearing. It was just like, okay. So then she left, and at this time, there was a friend that was there with me, and um, he's like, "Well, you need to make phone calls." And then that just really, like, oh my God, how am I going to tell my children? How am I going to tell my ex-husband? How am I going to tell my mama? Like, my mind was going through all of these changes, the tragedy that was like going on in that moment. I was just like, wait a minute, this is not what I planned. I was supposed to be planning my granddaughter's birthday party, which was supposed to be coming up in 2 weeks. Like, literally, that's what I'm supposed to be planning. So at this time, I'm going through all of these things in my mind. And the one thing, I talked on the phone with my pastor. He was a pastor at the time, and I was telling him, and then he was like, I'm getting ready to preach. I'll call you back. Everything is okay. And then I got off with that fake, oh, everything is okay. Okay. He said everything's okay. This can't be happening to me, right? This can't be my life. This can't be what's going on. So I literally sat down and I was just like, this is not what's going on. But how many of you know when tragedy comes, it will make you have an out of body experience, and you'll be trying to figure out what's next, right? And because somewhere on the inside of you, you have to try to begin somewhere in the whatever your tragedy is. But for me, I was trying to realize, was I still breathing? Was I dreaming? What was going on? Like, how was I going to get through all of the things that I needed to do? Right? I just didn't understand. And then there were people around me, and they were just like, it was Charlie Brown moments. It was wah, 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 wah. And it was like, God, how am I going to tell my children? So I always go in line with my children, right? So that meant daughter number one was the one who passed. Daughter number two was going to be the one. So I called her friend, and I was just like, where are you? And she's like, well, I'm in the car and I'm driving. And I was just like, hey, I need you to go to, such house. And she's just like, hey, well, what's going on? And I was like, well, what are you doing? She's like, I'm driving. I was like, well, when you get to a place, stop, and then I'll tell you. And so she got to a place when she stopped, and then I had to tell her. So I couldn't say that my daughter and granddaughter were dead. It took me 3 years before I could say that, right? But I had to say, I said they're gone. And I was just like, she's like, gone where? And I was like, listen, they're gone. They're just gone. They're gone. And she's just like, wait, are they gone, gone? And I was like, yes. Can you go to, my daughter's house? Can you be with her? And I'm going, and then call me when you get with her. And, we're just going to figure out how we're going to get through this thing. But y'all, that was the hardest thing I had to do, was get on the phone and be the person. Because at this time I was in Atlanta. The kids were in Texas with their dad. My Portia was in college in Tallahassee. Everybody was everywhere. So I had to make these phone calls, right? And the conversation went something like this each time. She's gone. That's all I could get out. When I had to get on the phone with my ex-husband, I told him, I said, Tanika is gone. She's gone with your mom, because his mom, my mother-in-law, had passed. So, and then he was just like, what? And he went through his emotions, and he's just like, well, where's Alyssa? And I said, she's gone too. That was the first time I had to say that not only was my daughter gone, but my granddaughter was gone. Right? So today, as I shared a little bit of that, because I'm definitely not going to continue with that, because I probably would be using my tears for the water on this paper, because I've already gotten a little emotional. But you can reclaim your dreams after a tragedy. Y'all, look, here I am on YouTube encouraging people to live life after the worst, whatever the worst thing in their life is, whatever that is, because everybody hasn't lost a child, right? So they might not know what that loss is. So, but whatever their thing is, if they lost a husband, if they lost in a divorce or something, that might be the greatest thing. That might be their tragedy. So I'm not downplaying anybody's journey. However, when I speak, my vantage point is reclaiming my dreams after the loss of not one, but two children and a granddaughter, right? But you do not have to rush into your future after life happens. Don't do that. That's the one thing I will tell people is don't make decisions in the situation when you're in a situation and you're suffering from the loss. Don't do it. Don't make decisions. And that's one of the things we tell people in counseling. Don't make decisions when you're angry. Don't do it. Because why? There's no deadline for rebuilding your life, right? People had put a deadline on. Like I was supposed to put on big girl panties and I was supposed to move on with life and I was supposed to just act like really nothing had happened. And I didn't know that I could really take my time. I didn't know what that looked like. So after Joshua's death, I did know what that looked like. And I was just like, no, I need to feel all of this. I need to feel every emotion because there's no deadline for rebuilding your life. There is no date on the calendar that says you need to be finished with this grieving by this date, right? The calendar will come around every year the same day. August the 24th comes around every year. And I can tell you, my emotions every year are never the same, right? So, and then when you think about it like this, I had to tell myself there's no calendar that says like, on the calendar it says Christmas or it says Hanukkah or it says whatever, your calendar might say, right? But there's no calendar that says by now you should be ready to do dot dot dot. By now, you shouldn't cry after this date. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is give yourself permission to just heal before you decide what comes next, right? So after, my daughter and granddaughter, I didn't do what I did with Joshua. After Joshua's death, I felt everything. I did every emotion. I did it so much so, I wrote a whole book to make sure that I was feeling the feels, planning the funeral, did all the things. With my daughter and granddaughter, all I had to do was show up. That was it. And then I asked the question, what do I do now? Right? So when you think about it, when you think about whatever your tragedy is, ask yourself the question, what do you do now? And you don't have to give yourself an answer. 19 years ago, today, I didn't have the answer. I didn't even ask the question, what do I do now? I don't believe I asked that question until maybe a year after. But then a year after, my life had moved on, right? But when you do ask that question, what do I do now? Not what was my life supposed to look like? Because that's what I did a lot of. I asked I was mad at God because let me be real. I was very mad at God. Praying wasn't on my tongue. I didn't pray. I could have cared less about praying. I would go to church, people would talk, and I'd just be like, yeah, whatever, in my mind. And you're just like, oh, you're so strong, you're so resilient. But on the inside, I was boiling over, ready to really explode. Like I literally just wanted to go somewhere, curl up, and go to sleep and just not wake up ever again. Because every day I had to wake up with that pain, it was just unbearable, right? So what would my life have looked like if this never had happened? I spent a lot of time there. What will my granddaughter be doing right about now? Would I be a great grandmama right now? Because she would have been, ooh, she'd have been in her late 20s, right? So I did a lot of that. But what can my life look like from here? This is where where I want you to think about reclaiming your dreams after tragedy. Because when you ask yourself a different question, it can open up a brand new door for you. After Joshua's death, I asked myself, I need to, okay, God, all right, I'm not going to be angry with you on this one. All right, I know what it looks like. It's 12 years ago, you had me in the same position. All right, I know I'm going to be okay. But right now, God, I need the strength and I need a little bit of what can I do so that going forward, I'll be okay. And I didn't want to take 3 years for it to really happen. But you are allowed to really ask the question so that you'll know what it is. Now, sometimes the question was uncomfortable. Dreaming again was uncomfortable. The day Mr. McCoy and I got married was very, very uncomfortable. Like, I think they had to give me a Valium or something, whatever the pill was, that literally had to keep me from spiraling, because a part of me was super duper happy, but another part of me was super duper sad. I felt real guilty that my daughter and granddaughter wasn't there. Right. And then all the other foolishness that was going on, I was trying to figure out, like, don't these people understand that I'm already going through it today? Right. But you're allowed to dream again when life happens. You are. Sometimes after tragedy, dreaming will feel uncomfortable. I'm not going to even lie and tell you that, oh, well, you're going to suffer this loss and it's going to be okay. You just tell yourself, you got it. You got joy. Pray about it. No, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you, you're going to go through some stuff. I'm going to tell you, you might even decide, God, what's God? I don't believe in God. You might do. But it's all natural. I'm not one to come over here and tell you, well, I think that's just a bad thing for you to tell yourself. Why? Because been there, done that. I don't think I said, God, I'm done with you. I just said, God, I don't have time for you right now. I remember I still tell him that now. I still pray and be like, listen, I don't have time to pray right now. I don't care right now. Like, you knew that I was going to say this on this day right here. So since you're all knowing, all powerful, whatever, figure it out for me. Give me the strength. Give me whatever it is I need, because right now it's just not happening. Right? I don't feel like talking to another person. I don't want nobody to call my phone. And y'all know, they don't call my phone, somebody will inbox me. And then all it takes is somebody to ask me a question. Well, Karen, when you had to go through this, what happened? Next thing I know, I done talked myself off the ledge and now helping them get through their stuff. That's what he does for me. That's how he shows up for me, right? But I still feel guilty in it. But you might not even feel guilty for imagining something good, but I did. And I always use my wedding as a perfect example of feeling real bad after the loss. Because my daughter's 2007, Mr. McCoy and I got married in 2009. We got engaged in 2008, and somewhere in there, I feel like I was just like going through life because that's what I felt like I was supposed to be doing. Right now, when Joshua died, people's like, "Oh man, you're gonna make that life decision to move." When after I was like, "No, I wanted to move before he died," so I was ready to move in 2008, 18. So we moved in 2021. So I was already ready. So it wasn't a major life decision, right? Okay. But you are allowed to dream again. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Some days it might make you feel guilty as heck, but it's okay. And you might think, how can I be excited about the future after everything I've been through? Trust me, been there, done that. I'm still there sometimes. Sometimes I walk out there on the ranch, and as I'm walking, I'm like, God, can I really be this peaceful? Can I really be this happy when I've lost two of my children? And God says, yes, you can. Because I never said that you wouldn't have trauma, tragedy. I never promised you a glorious road. I just said that I'll be there to comfort you, right? And joy does not erase what happened. So when you go through the good things of life, when you're trying to reclaim your joy after the tragedy, dreaming again does not mean that the past meant any less to you. It simply means you're allowing yourself to continue living. That's what I have to tell myself some days. It's okay, Karen. And I know for a fact that my son will be very, very pleased that I don't sit down on the side of the bed and cry and sleep my life away, because he had to watch me do that when his sister died. That was one of the things he said about he wanted to be cremated, because he said he never wanted, he said, if I don't want you to have to be carried away from the cemetery the way we had to see you carried away from Tanika's. And I'm cool. I was cool with that, because after they explained it, especially when they got older, because the kids were still in high school, junior high and high school. So when they got older, and to be able to explain what seeing me go through what I went through, and then I got to really listen to it from their vantage point. I was like, dang, well, they went through some stuff with me. Which is why now I tell y'all, sometimes when I tell y'all, I have to accept the fact that I might have been a bad parent. Whatever child at the moment that might be saying, well, you just wasn't there for me. Hell, I probably couldn't be there for you because I couldn't be there for me. So I own the fact that, yes, life happened. The tragedy, it happened. Maybe you wanted me to be there. I couldn't. Didn't know then, but I can look back on it now and say, now that I'm reclaiming my dreams after the tragedy and people are seeing me move forward with my life and doing things that they feel like, some people feel like I just still should be sitting on the side of the bed, being a little drunk because I've lost two children. They just don't understand. Some of them don't feel like, I just don't understand how you still serve a God that's taken so much from you. Well, here's the thing. I choose to serve God for me, myself, and I, not for the world. So I'm not here to do it for everybody. That's everybody's individual choice. Just like being a Democrat is everybody's choice, being a Republican is everybody's choice. I don't beat nobody up for what they choose. And I hope everybody will just enjoy the journey where they are, because tragedy will change your life. Okay. And it's okay. You have the right to feel how you feel. You do. You have the right to feel how you feel. You have the right to let life just really change you and take you 50 different ways. You do. But I do want you to understand it's okay. And when the time comes for you to ask the question, how do I get my joy back? Remember, you're going to have to go through some things before you get there. You're going to have to go through some things before you really can live a life and sit in the pain without having to cry. You're going to have to cry plenty days before you can sit up and, like I am now. And some days I still kind of cry. I don't cry a lot. But I still have some days that I give myself a minute and be like, "Hey, can you change anything?" Nope. All right, let's dry them tears up then. Let's go slap some paint on some paper. That's why I say I slap paint on paper so that I can heal one brushstroke at a time. That right there, that's freeing for me, right? It makes me look forward to the future because slapping paint on paper has evolved so much so. Like it has evolved. This right here, slapping paint on paper turned into my own stamp. So reclaiming your dreams after your tragedy, man, it can be. But you have to ask yourself some questions. What still inspires you? What do I want in life? What do I want to go? What still makes me curious? What gives me a little spark? What? And then sometimes just wait on the answer. Sometimes your future starts with one tiny question. What brings me peace? And the one thing I ask myself is just like, I want my joy back. How can I get my joy back? And here we are, sitting over here. We're not trying to create masterpieces when we get on our lives, when we get to hanging out. What we're here is to have fun so that people can have joy and peace. I'm not here to make anybody feel sad, make anybody feel like, oh my God, that's just terrible. No, it's just my life. And I want you to not only see the sadness, I want you to see the joy that has come through the sadness, right? Because yes, I've gone through. I tell people my shoes were designed for me. You do not want to put on my Christian Louboutins. They were designed for me. The life that I have to get up every day when I decide to put up and get dressed and put those fancy shoes on, everybody can't walk in them. The visions that I live for my life, they're designed for me. My visions does not need approval from anybody, right? That right there is important for your life. When you begin rebuilding your life after loss, everybody may not understand the choices that you make. A lot of people don't understand me. Well, you don't work? Yeah, I work. I work from home. I have a studio. And I'm very happy that I don't have to leave my house to find the peace, the joy. I get to hang out. Y'all get to come over here and sit in the chat like we're here, right? But when you do start rebuilding your life after it, they're gonna question some things. And that's when you know you're starting to do what you need to do. Now, I don't care. You hear me? I don't care. It's like, oh my goodness, all you want to do is paint and do. That's why I hang out with folks that want to do what I do. Well, you don't want to go? Nope. And if I don't want to do it, then I don't do it. Not that I won't do it, but it's just like if I'm going through some things, I might need to be closer to my studio. My studio is kind of like my prescription from God. It's like, here's how you get your joy back. This is what I want you to do. And so when I need to be at peace, like today is not a day that I would have planned to go anywhere. Even if it wasn't Monday, wouldn't have made plans to go anywhere because I knew that something outside the house or something maybe could have, sparked a memory or whatever. And I didn't want that. The one thing I hate to do is to be in public and have a moment. Lord, I hate that. And today I've already had a couple of moments where I could like literally smell my daughter in the house. And I just started smiling. And I was just like, ah, that's nice. And it just calms me and makes me feel so, 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 so calm. And then I went outside. When I walked the dog, I was looking at PMR the studio, and I was walking the dog. And then it was, the squirrels, they weren't running because I wasn't walking Sienna Grace, first of all. But they were just kind of like walking along with me. The trees were kind of softly just blowing. In other words, to say, hey, we're here for you if you need us. And then I came on back in the house and finished watching PMR the Studio, and I felt 100%. Like I was like, oh, that was very nice, right? So your new version will have you saying no to things that normally people are used to you saying yes to. And I'm telling you, from my experience, don't don't be a people pleaser in your grief when you're trying to reclaim your dreams after tragedy. Be what you need to be for you, right? You're the one living your life. You're the one who knows what you need. You know what your peace feels like. You know what your body needs. You're the one who knows what you have survived, not someone else, right? So the next season you may require some clear choices. Y'all know we was going into them boundaries because this is why I have boundaries. I've had to learn that in my grief, I'm not going to get out here and go outside when I just know that I can't people, right? And when I want more peace, when I want different relationships, when I want what I want, I know where I need to be to really, really start out with a clear choice. Okay, Karen, do you need to put a boundary up here? Then I'm going to paint or slap some paint on the gel plate, or I'm going to do something on the canvas. But either way, I'm going to ask myself some questions. How does this make you feel? How did that make you feel? When you went and did that, were you okay with that? How's that going to be going forward? Right? Clear choices. Clear choices. So when you decide, you can decide to say, you might say, I want more peace. Like me, I say, I want a better relationship. I want to, instead of travel more, I kind of backed off of traveling. I said, I want to create more. Like I'm learning how to design my own stencils. That is something that's making me very much so happy. Because why? I wanted to create something. I wanted to start something new, and that was that. And just like once I got to that place to where it's just like, yeah, let's do that. Now I'm here. So then after that, it's just like, okay, I want a simplified life. I want things that are going to make me laugh. I don't want things that's going to make me work, or I got to be around people that I have to worry about how they're going to feel because I don't want to do A, B, C, or D, right? Putting up fence, putting up boundaries. Sometimes we got to put some fire on it, right? I want to stop postponing things that really, really matter to me. I wanted to take control of my grief. These are the things that I had to do. So when you're reclaiming your dreams after tragedy, be clear about what you want. Because sometimes the most powerful thing that you can say to yourself is, this is what works for me now. I need to take this one meaningful step for me. Not 15 or 20 steps that you've normally done for somebody else, but you need to take this one step for you. After losing my daughter and my granddaughter, I took steps for everybody else because I was trying to be the good, good, good Christian girl. I was trying to be the good, good, good church girl. When people's like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that you still do A, B, C, and D. I'm just like, well, God is here and God is with me. But on the inside, I was saying some things that they just would not have understood me saying. So after I realized that I needed to be honest with myself, that was the first step. I needed to be honest with myself, and I needed to be able to say it out loud in the mirror to say, God, I am very upset. I'm very mad at you. All these years I've chosen to follow you. I've chosen to do all the things. And this is how I feel like you've blessed me. There was nothing else after I said that. It was like the weight of my heart was lifted Because then, and only then, I felt like God was like, all right, she's finally gave the blame where she felt like it needed to be. Now, later on in life, it had nothing to do. God was in the same place he was when his son died on the cross for my sins. So who in the hell did I think I was? I don't know. But we got it together. Okay. So when you take that one meaningful step in your life, you only need one. Maybe you might have to make a phone call to somebody. Maybe you might have to go get a counselor or a therapist or whatever. I don't know. Maybe you might need to start journaling. That's what I did. I had to start journaling. I set boundaries, not realizing that I set boundaries. Um, Maybe, I don't know what your thing is. You would have to decide, what does reclaiming your dreams after tragedy look like for you? Maybe it's just one conversation that you need to have with somebody. I don't know. But one afternoon for me was all I needed. Was all I needed. Don't underestimate the power of one peaceful decision for yourself. That one, just one thing. And I feel like that one thing opened up my life after my daughter and my granddaughter. So therefore, what did I learn? I learned that when God put me in that same place again, when my son passed, I didn't have to go and take 3 years to decide that I was either going to say, all right, God, you done put me here again. Like, dude, really? This is what we doing? I didn't have to do that. I was just like, all right, God, we done been here before. You're going to get me through this. I have history with you, and I know it's going to be okay. Now, I'm not mad about the choice that you've made, but for whatever reason, God, that you are doing this thing right here in my life right now, I know the future is going to be better than right now. Why? Because I had been there before, and it took me too long to really just like, all right, God, because why? God he has the power. The power of life and death is in his hands. So it wasn't anybody's fault. It was just the time. When we're born, we all have an expiration date. We just don't know when it's going to be, right? So I want you to think about that. You don't know. So when you live your life and you're living your life and you've lost someone or you've lost something, everything has an expiration on it. So think about it. Marriages usually have an expiration. We want it to be like one of us passed. We don't want it to be in divorce. But if it does, it had an expiration when it started. You just didn't know it did. Or you just didn't know it was, what the date was, right? So some of the things we grieve, I think, and remember, grief is anything that makes your heart hurt. So some of the things that we grieve, we have to have a hard conversation with ourselves. How am I going to navigate life now that this is no longer a part of my life? And because mine happened to be children, because Lord knows the relationships that I walked away from, I got over them real fast. I was just like, okay, that's cool. Move on. Slide to the left. All right, next. But I didn't want to say next with children. Because why? After my daughter and granddaughter, I had 6 more children. Then after my son, I have 5 more children. Nope, didn't want to say next. But ask yourself this question: what is one thing you would still love to experience in your life after, when you're trying to reclaim your dreams after tragedy? That's something else I started thinking about. What does my life look like now, right? Don't think about what your life would have been if you hadn't gone through the thing, right? Just ask yourself, what is one thing, just one thing, that I would still love to experience right now in my life. Yes, this happened to me. But yes, I would still like to experience the A, B, C, and D. Like, it could be something simple as you want to go to Italy. You want to learn how to watercolor. You want to start your own business. Like, you want to go deeper. You want peace. You want to have new arty friends. Like, I don't know. Maybe you want to fall in love for the first time, second time, I don't know. Maybe you want to get married. I don't know. Whatever it is, let yourself say it. Sometimes saying it out loud is the first step towards just believing that the thing is possible. I wanted my joy back. And when I said that out loud, it was like I felt it. Because when you're moving forward, it doesn't always look dramatic. It doesn't look like, oh man, yeah, we got, okay, great. Like I'm putting all these beautiful colors on the paper. It doesn't always look like that. Sometimes you just have to say a thing, acknowledge it so that you can honor the thought of it. So you can learn, okay, I want to do this, right? Just like with the stencils. That's the thing for me now. I wanted to learn how to design my own stencils, right? Why? Because Mariah threatened me with a good time over here, and I'm just loving the journey that I'm on now. So when I say life after loss, baby, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Y'all listening? Who I am on the other side of this loss, remember, it ain't got nothing to do with my grief disappear. It's just who I am. I'm still here, right? I'm still being, and I'm still like there's a difference in who I am right now, right? And for a long time after the loss, you kind of become disconnected from things. And so now the art, slapping paint on paper, reconnected me to something that gave me life again, right? You certainly don't know who you're going to be after it. But one thing that I had to discover, myself, I personally had to discover, not carrying the grieving mother, not even carrying the grieving grandmother, not even carrying the woman everybody worried about, not even carrying the woman everybody expected to be strong, and everybody just walked up to say all the things. I wanted to know who it was just to be me. Like, who am I now? What makes me laugh now? What brings me peace now? What do I want now? Right? Those questions became very important to me. And now everything that y'all get to see, every move that I make now, y'all get to see it. My children and my granddaughter are part of my story. But their deaths, it didn't get to just end my story. Like it didn't end my life. Now, 19 years ago today, did I want it? Did I want to end my life? Did I want to just go to sleep and not wake up? I did. I did. And I had to be honest with that, right? But their lives changed me. Their love changed me. The absence changed me. But I'm still allowed to become who I am. I'm still allowed to dream, and so are you. So reclaiming your joy after the tragedy, you're allowed to dream. I'm telling you, dream. And then somebody's going to threaten you with a good time, and then it's going to plug into your sensory nerve, and it's going to wake you up. It's going to feel like you stepped into a warm shower, and the water was like so hot, then all of a sudden it went warm, and then you're going to be like, oh, this is nice. And then it goes cold, and then it just wakes you up, right? That means that you just got to laugh about it until your stomach hurts, because that is God's way of saying, all right, girl, it's time for you to get on up. Go paint something beautiful. It's time for you to encourage some people. And one of the hardest things for me I had to understand was that my joy was not just for me. My joy, and in getting the joy, I didn't need to feel guilty about it. But what I needed to do, my joy was to share it with others, right? So you're going through what you're going through so that you can go through what you're going through, because somebody out there is going to need your story, right? One day you're gonna just start laughing for no reason. You're just like, wait, what in the world just happened, right? But I understand sometimes your greatest achievement is just getting up. I get it. Been there, done that. Been there. Trying to ask the question is like, Lord, how am I going to get out of bed and do this? And at the time, after my daughter and granddaughter passed away, I was off probably like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then I had to go back to work. So I understand. But you can do this. If you're going through something right now in your life, I want to encourage you that you got this. You can do it. It might not feel good right now, but trust me, on the other side of it, it's going to be something greater. But you have to go through something now so that you can have appreciation for how great it is. And I know some people just like, the hell with that. I just don't want to deal with none of this. And that's fine too. Be honest with yourself. If you don't want to, it's okay. But is it going to change what you're going through? So for me now, I get to choose differently. I say I want peace. I give myself grace so that I can choose to love on myself, so that I can have the ultimate joy, right? And sometimes me sitting here slapping paint on paper, taking my walks, or watching the sun go down, or laughing with somebody that I love, sometimes it's just saying, not today, but today I'm going to take care of Karen. And that's, I'm not being selfish, but some days I just need to do a thing, right? Because the greatest thing I've learned on this journey is that I am responsible for participating in my own healing. It is nobody else's responsibility. Nobody, right? So sometimes I ask myself, Karen, what are you going to do with the life you still have? What are we going to do? What are we doing going forward, right? So that's why I'm still dreaming. So I'm going to live it. I'm going to create. I'm going to love. I'm going to laugh. I want to come hang out with you guys so that we can talk about my dreams. And if you know what my dream is, my ultimate dream, tell me. Tell me in the chat what my ultimate dream is, right? And you know I'm not perfect. You know when I'll be perfect? You know the answer to that. Put that in the chat too. Take a lot of pressure off yourself. Reclaiming your dreams after tragedy, it is possible. Is it going to be easy? No. Are you going to feel guilty some days, especially if you've lost someone? You might, but don't. God said, I am with you. I'll never leave you nor forsake you. We leave him. He doesn't leave us. That's just over here at Create Joy Studio. That's just how I feel. Right? So I want you to remember, life is precious. Love on the people you have in your life now. Right? Not that I didn't love on them. It's just that Lord knows I didn't think that they were going to be taken away from me so soon. As mothers, we think our children are going to bury us. We never, never. When they're born, we're doing baby showers and things. There was no plan on um, them, me burying them. I mean, we had insurance and things like that. We prepare for it, but do we plan on it? No, we don't. But you don't have to know exactly who you're going to be, right? Mr. McCoy said, trying to figure out the logistics for a trip to Italy. I want my villa in Italy. I don't only want a trip to Italy. I want a villa. Oh, righty then. Let's pause a little bit. That was a lot. That was a lot. But I had to go and get it all out because why? I know that if I get it on out and I share it, then it'll encourage somebody else. That makes me feel better. So I have to give myself time, right? And once I give myself time and we share it, then it works out. It works out. And remember, sometimes when you're reclaiming your dreams after tragedy, you have to ask yourself some questions. What do I do? What do I want? What do I want now? What gives me peace now? What makes me feel alive now, right now? Like right now, slapping this paint on this paper, hanging out with y'all, that makes me feel 100% alive. What kind of life do I want to experience with the time that I have left? I want a villa in Italy. Why? So that I can craft and wake up and see the glory rolling hills and then tell my friends, be like, yo, we having a crafty event. All you have to do is get your flight and come on over. You don't even have to bring the supplies unless you have supplies that you just love. I want to be able, this is how I want God to bless me. I just want to be able to, y'all get a flight, come on over. We're gonna have a retreat for a week, 7 days. You get to come and hang out for 7 days. That's what I want. So we're gonna start out. We're gonna make that happen even here at the ranch. We're gonna have that. We're gonna working on it. We're working on it. Working on it. I feel like I've already had a mini retreat because we had Bernadette and Crystal and Marina in the studio. So I feel like we already had a mini one. So I know that the studio can do it. We can do it. I had enough paint and all my shiny paint survived Crystal. So yeah. And then I have somebody that's in Tampa that's willing to like, hey, when that happens, just let me know. I would love to support you. So there's people that know because together we heal. Divided, we don't do well divided. That's why the world right now just needs to come together a little bit more. It's not about who all has the mighty dollar. It's about just kind of coming together and everybody do what they can in the realm of what where they can. I don't need to know how the car works. I just like to drive it. And I really don't want to have to put gas in it either. But I like to drive. I like to drive, right? So we all need each other. And that's it. We all need each other. And I'm happy to say that on this journey, I have some amazing people that are on this journey with me, right? I am. And I'm happy to say that I know who I am now. The woman that I get to choose to live again now, I see her, she, like, I feel, let's see, let's walk it out. I'm an artist, I'm a creator, I'm a woman of faith. Um, let's see, what else? The basic stuff. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. You know, that kind of stuff is good. But out the stuff that evolved after loss was an artist, a creator. So my faith was always there. I will say I got stronger in my faith after my son's death. I learned how to set boundaries for real, hard boundaries. My peace. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Y'all, what else do you feel that like that I am? Like I'm definitely an artist. I'm 100% an artist. And everything that I do, mixed media, card making, all of that falls down of that because why? I take my art and I turn it into cards. So all of that works. So give y'all, I want you to listen. I want you to think about these things. Like, who are you now? Especially if life has happened, you know, you've lost. Because I know a lot of us, we resonate, we come together over here on loss, you know. Yes, we come for the art, but we do. We've lost someone, we lost mother, you know, sister, cousin, somebody. We've lost. Everybody's suffered a tragic loss. We have children. We have a lot of the young ladies that come over here to hang out. They've lost children. So, and even in losing children, our loss is still different, right? So, there's always that. But still loving and still remembering them and still creating and believing that the woman that I am now is because I had them in my life. So I live my life now because they lived. I live my life now. And, you know, like I said, it took 3 years to get up off the really the side of the bed and just really, really, really start living. And that I know my children will be very, very proud that I am living. So as I slap paint on this paper and create something beautiful, I'm giving myself grace, right? I'm being grateful for another day, even though 19 years ago I could think about it and sit here and cry a bloody river. But tragedy, it changed my life, it changed my story. But I'm reclaiming my dreams because it did not cancel who I am, it didn't cancel the future. There's life after loss, right? So it didn't cancel my future and it didn't cancel yours. So choose joy where you can find it. Protect your peace. Give yourself grace and keep living. I see you on the journey. Okay, that's it. I think that's it. We're gonna pause there. Ronnie said I couldn't do Italy. Hot and dry are not my friends. Oh, hot and dry. I don't recall. I'd rather go to Italy than go to Florida. But we're talking about being coastal too. You know, I want the villa to be where we ain't really got to be like, oh my God, it's hot. But yeah, so Rhonda would need to be in Italy in the wintertime. Is that what you're saying? All right, I feel like I got to scroll back. I do. I hope y'all were just chatting. I need to go. Let me see if I got any ats at me. Yep, there's one. We have some hellos, a new friend. Louisa has joined us also. Hello, Jennifer. I got Jennifer McClellan. Oh, Monique here, Bernadette, Tracy Gaines. Tracy, you here? Man, now talking about somebody that's been on the journey. Wait, when? Okay, and okay, we got a new friend, Louisa. Am I pronouncing that right? So hello. Sorry, y'all. We do kind of the first hour of we go on and talk about what we need to talk about and get her going and get her out. And especially today, y'all know I just really want to go on and get that out because in the podcast version of this, it's better when people just go on and hear me talking about stuff because there's visual. So if you're on the podcast and you're listening over at Spotify or wherever I have it, you get to come over to YouTube and see, be like, oh, that's what she was doing, right? So yes, she literally is painting while she's talking. Yes. Yes, that is my Tracy. Oh, y'all listen, Tracy got me the drunkest I've ever got drunk in my life, and then gave me some pickle juice with some alcohol. Listen, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna talk about too much of that because I don't want those kind of ads coming up for Team Replay. But between her and Crystal, let's just say we're all good hanging out friends. Tracy, you gotta come to the ranch. Gotta come hang out. Whew, Lord, I feel so much better. Everybody take a deep breath. That was a lot. But no, I'm good. I'm fine. But this is how I actually be good and fine, and how I walk out my grief is we talk about it. I do not hold it in no more. That's why after my son's death, it was easier for me to walk away from the casket and not have to be carried away because I was very present. And I knew I was still mad as all get out, but y'all know, just it is what it is. She's talking about let me know when. When, girl, that ain't that. Now that's not the question. Okay, we'll look at something in coming up. Bernadette, we have to. You hear Tracy? She say when. She said don't threaten her with a good time. And I know Mr. McCoy probably in the chat. He probably like thinking, "Who is Tracy?" And be like, he just. I'll have to go and walk it back because Lord knows, he forgets who a friend is in a minute. If it's somebody that we haven't seen in a while, he'd be like, "Wait, who is that?" Then I have to open it up and you remember so and so and so and da 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 da. He's like, "Oh," and then he still had that look on his face like, "I still don't remember." Okay, it should be a while coming right somewhere in here by now. Bernadette was here last month. Bernadette and Crystal was here last month. They've been here a lot. And I am so grateful that I have friends that travel because they know I ain't want to leave home. And then y'all, the art store that I used to go to in Jacksonville is closed. See, I knew that wow was coming to me. Wow, not that bad. Well, William, do you know who Tracy is? Nah, since you put it out there. So do you know who Tracy is? Tell me that. Tell me that. It was listen, yeah, I can't speak for them, but I know it was a like come on, let's go kind of thing. Brad is the same way. Yeah. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions about anything I just talked about? Like, are you going through anything? Have you suffered a trauma, tragedy, whatever? And you just like, whatever. If you have any questions, kind of let me know if you do. You got any questions about paint? Let me know about that too. But I want to thank you all for hanging out, being here, listening to me chat about my journey and how I navigate through it because, like, I do know it helps somebody. And Team Replay, if you are here, you still here at this point in time in the live, if you are not subscribed to the channel, do hit that subscribe button, that bell notification all. This is your personal invitation to subscribe to the channel. Because if you're still here, that means you like what's going on. You like what's on here. You like these watercolors. You might have not liked the story too much today, but it's all about reclaiming your dreams after tragedy. It's how do you walk it out? Because we have to walk that thing out. We got to figure it out. We got to know how to walk it out. Life happens, y'all. And how we do that, we do it together. I share my story. You share yours in the chat for somebody, and whatever you've gone through in life, it might can help somebody. Somebody might not, because over here, I told you, over here for Create Joy Studio, my whole sanity is because of my belief system. Somebody was just like, I don't believe in God. That's fine. But over here at Create Joy Studio, I do. Right? So somebody else might be like, oh yeah, it's okay. You can still hang out here. It it does not have to be God approved over here. I do not have a heaven or a hell to put you in. I'm not like those people on the corner. Oh, you gonna die and go to hell for saying that. Nope. You ain't. Sure ain't. That's just my little running joke, because y'all know around here I'm below the Mason Dixon line right here, and somebody probably be throwing some crap at the house. Be like, what? The people down the street, the church. I be out there, and I know they be looking. When they pass by, be like, she always sitting on the porch on Sunday. Yeah, it, it's it's porch it's porch Baptist Church. No, it's Easy Living Baptist Church, and it's on the porch. And whoever I might happen to be listening to at that moment is who I'm listening to. It's like my cousin. She's just like, so you're not going back into church? I'm not running back into church. No, I'm not. I go to Jacksonville. I go to church there because I know that the system there is not like, oh, you're going to die and go to hell. It's not like that. But these churches that's around here trying to scare the hell out of folk, that's just not cool. God does not mean for you to just put the fear. He does not. No, we're going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that alone. Okay. But at the end of it all, I just want to know that I love you. Whether you say you believe in God or you don't, I still love you. And ain't no daggum thing you can do about it. Nah. And then me and my friends, we gonna come and hang out with you, and we gonna love on you some more. Nah. And we probably do more drinking than we do talking about God. Cause why? He turned water into wine. He meant for us to have a good time. So if y'all got some people that's telling y'all that y'all gonna die and go to hell, just tell them that is not what. That's not cool. That's just it. Tell them don't do that. Okay. I got some folk I had to tell that to. Just don't come back to my house no more if you got to talk to people like that. Because we don't try to shame people around here. We want to love on everybody. Because the greatest of these is love. So there's that. Ooh, that's pretty. What color was that? Let's do that again. Oh, so y'all, let me tell you about. Okay, we're done. We're done with reclaiming your dreams after tragedy conversation. Now it's time to go over. We're gonna slide on over into talking about painting things, because y'all know paint just makes me happy. But I got me some of those paints that Julie Parker, those paints that they where in Australia. Mine came from the Royal Mail. They were delivered the other day. I like getting Royal Mail. What is it called? What's this paint called? Um, Matisse. This one. Please read Tracy's comment above. Oh. Okay, let me go. Oh, I don't have any questions. However, I do want to take a moment to tell you how incredibly proud I am of you. Girl, you're not finna make me cry. You're such an inspiration to me. Oh. Watching you throughout the years and seeing the way you have faced and walked through tragedy has taught me so much about strength, grace, and perseverance. Your life and the way you continue to move forward, even through difficult times, have shown me a lot about how to handle tragedy. Tracy, I love you. Now I got to pause for a minute and get myself back together. Y'all, remember when I had this conversation, and if I don't have a disclaimer, I'm not finna even give an apology. This is just how I feel. And y'all know over here at Create Joy Studio, I'm very authentic. This is who I am. 19 years ago, not literally today, yeah, about today, when the girl, oh, let me back into the story. This is because I know you want to know what happened with that story, like that girl. So when I go back to the leasing office to tell this young lady, thank you for not making me for not letting me say some bad things. The devil just wanted me to say all those bad things because, I have been the type that have always have a faith. I chosen to live my life to please God now for me, not my grandmama's way. Not, y'all know both of my grandmamas are still living and very, very into. One of them is very into church, and if Lord knows if she was to hear what I'm getting ready to say right now, she probably want to come and slap the taste out of my mouth because she probably feel like she got to pray extra hard tonight because she probably feel like I'm gonna die and go to hell. But that's just not the way it is. So, but the young lady who read the scripture just kept reading so that I wouldn't say it's so that I wouldn't cancel out a life that I would have heard before I heard the positive. When you have people that speak into your life and they speak negative into your life and they constantly tell you you're nothing, you're worth crap, you never do anything good, you're this, you're that, and that's all you hear. That is normally what you're going to live up to, right? Now, this young lady, she said, you're going to go through the fire, but you're going to come out and you're not going to even smell like smoke. I didn't get it then. I don't think I got it in no time. But after Joshua died, I think that was when I started kind of smelling myself, right? And I started when I sat there at that funeral home and had to make funeral arrangements for my son. I could see then I didn't smell like what I had been through. Like sitting there, that lady didn't even know that we had already lost a child. She just said, I'm sorry for your loss. Losing a child is whatever, dot, 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 right? And then both of us said, this is not our first, this is our second child. So I didn't even look like what I had been through. But when you have people that speak positive into your life, when you're going through some things, then that's usually what you start feeling, right? But when you have people that tell you, no, you don't need to do this, or you don't need to do that, or that sucks, or whatever, you might hear the negative more than you hear the positive. And I feel personally, when I asked God, how am I going to get my joy back? And then he was just like, oh, well, just go over on YouTube, because I didn't want to be on Facebook because everybody knew me on Facebook. So it's just like YouTube. It's like YouTube. Okay, well, I ain't had that many followers, so I came over to YouTube. But the young lady who was, when I asked the manager, it's like, where's that young lady who read the scripture to me? She's like, who? Miss Karen, who you talking about? And I was like, the girl that was here the night when everything happened. She's like, I'm the only woman that works in this office. The other person is a guy. I was like, no, there's another girl, and I described what the girl looked like. She's like, Miss Karen, there's nobody else here. There was nobody else here. I was like, okay, now I'm losing my mind. And then later on, I had a dream. And it was basically God showing me in the dream so that I wouldn't abort my future. Because if I'd have said the negative things that I wanted to say because I was so angry at God, I would have possibly aborted my future. Because I would have spoke positive, I would have spoke negative into my own life. God would have been the last thing that would have ever probably been on my mind, because the devil has been trying to get my thoughts, my mind for a long time. And taking my children, I felt like that was just another way that God used me as a what that man name is. Um, I hate being described as him, but it's like, nah, I got more children. He lost everything. What's his name? Um, can't think of the man's name. They say curse God and die, right? But I didn't want to curse God. I knew that he could handle me being angry. I knew he can handle Job. Thank you. I knew that he can handle me being a little bit of transparent with him. I knew he could handle me telling him that I was angry at him. I knew he could handle it. I knew he could. And then he knew that I could handle the joy that he was going to give me, the peace that he was going to give me. He knew that I could handle it. He knew I wouldn't fumble it. He knew that everybody that would come into my life, he knew that I would handle them with kid gloves. He knew that I would inspire them. He knew I wouldn't tell them to tell them, no, they making you mad. Go on back over there and cuss them out. No, we're going to love them. We don't like what's going on in the world right now. No, we still going to love on them. He gonna give us we are gonna win in the end. But in the meantime and in between time, we're gonna find our people and we're gonna love on each other. And then when people come in the chat or come around and be just like, oh, I don't like this, it's okay. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm okay with that. I'm not here to please everybody. Who I am here to please, they come, they get what they need, and they might never come back again. It's okay. It's not my job to water, fertilize, and harvest everybody. And some days y'all already know when I get on this live, I'm here for me. I'm not even here for y'all. I just kind of cut the live on and let y'all be a part of it. Be like, y'all, I just can't do it today. So you might be, y'all, somebody might be that person that you need, you might be the person that they need. That's what I mean. So be there for them. They might not be in your life for you. They might be, you might be all that they need. You might not like them, you might not like their behaviors, you might not like how they show up, but you're not there for you. You're there for them. And you might think it's all about you, but it's not about you. Remember I told y'all, when I finally read my daughter's suicide letter, that thing freed me. Because at the bottom of it, you say, everything in this life is not about you, Mom. And this is not about you. And for those that didn't know, 19 years ago, that's what happened. My daughter not only took her life, she took my granddaughter's life. And so I had to learn how to live as a mother with that guilt. So that's why I'm telling you, when I sit up here and I come over here on this YouTube and I'm letting y'all know my business, I'm letting you know because you can reclaim your dreams after tragedy. You can. Then you can slap paint on paper, and then you can have somebody come in your chat and send you a message and be like, hey, those would be beautiful stamps. And I was like, oh, well, that's what they say. Okay. It's like, well, yeah, we can do that. And then she'll threaten you with a good time. Well, you can't have Mariah, but somebody else might threaten you with a good time. And then you'll have somebody that comes into your life and you feel like you've known them your whole life. Right? Open you up to a whole new community. Then you have somebody that comes in your life and be like, hey, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. That would be Darcy. Right? But y'all, I thank you for hanging out with me. I do. I really, really, really do. Now, this phase in my life at 19 years, it's just so hard to believe. It's 19 years for Tanika and Alyssa. This year will be 7 years for Joshua. And when I look at who I am now, when I look in the mirror, and then I tell myself, it's like, girl, you're doing a great job. Like, you're doing a great job. You're doing good. And then I have to ask, it's like, God, what else do you require of me? And usually he just gives me more peace. And I'm like, oh, this is what this feels like. This is what you were talking about? Okay, cool. Got it. I got it. So I'm just here. I'm just a girl who had children. God saw fit to say, all right, it's time for me to bring them on home with me. All right, we're gonna give you a little bit more par for the core. I'm gonna make you a little stronger. All right, so get ready, put your seatbelt on, get ready for this ride. She's like, I don't want to ride, God. Let somebody else do it. I don't want to ride. He's like, nope, I can trust you with the journey. I know you probably got the good itinerary. I know you're going to show up on time. I know you're not going to fumble the whole journey of where you're going through and what you're going through. Wherever it's going to be, you're going to do it well. You're going to do it good. And you're going to be very honest about how you feel. I'm never going to be the one to tell you, don't question God and don't tell God you're mad. He already know. Listen, y'all already know. I wanted to make sure I was doing this here God thing and making sure that my life was all that I needed it to be. So much so, just like, wait a minute, I'm not a Baptist no more. I need to know what this thing really is, what this mean, what that mean, right? So I had to go to school. It's just like, hold on, I got a question. So there's more to it. Find out what your question is. Ask the question. And then you start navigating down that lane. It's your journey. It's nobody else's journey. It's yours. Mr. McCoy, we've been together 21 years. It's not even his journey. My grief journey is my journey. His grief journey is his journey. Everybody has their individual journey, right? These flowers look real good. Real good. Oh, that's all I have to say. They look real good. And the leaf. I had to do a leaf for Jennifer. Jennifer McKenna, we got leaf. Look at that leaf. Isn't that leaf pretty? I was going to put a flower up there, but I'm not. Now, I'm going to let these dry. I'm going to let them dry. I'm going to let them dry. Because I want to put them on card basis. We're going to turn them into cards. We're going to turn them into cards. Is Adrian here? Did Adrian come in? Because her box is boxed up and ready to go. I went to take it to the post office, but I forgot. I was so involved in looking at Mariah, I forgot. I didn't pay attention to the time. Our post office closes for an hour, so when I went up there, the post office was closed, and the box wasn't big enough for me to slide the package in. So one of them went in and the other one didn't. But these turned out really, really good. So I'm going to, let me see, let me show you. We're going to put them on their bases. They're going to go on black bases like so. All of them are going to go on black bases. And then I'll put them on, because these cards are 4.5 by 6. So 4.5 by 6 is a great card. And y'all know that these are going to be my start of Christmas cards. They're just not, it's not traditional Christmas cards, right? Not poinsettias might pop out. I don't know. They might, but these are going to be different cards. And then I'm going to put them in packs maybe of 10 and put them on my website. That's my goal. That's my goal. Remember, I've asked myself the question, what do you want to do? And that's where we are. So we're going to move forward in that. So, but I think that looks real good. That looks really, really good. I like that. Linda Veal not here, is she? Cause I did my craft roulette card, and these are the parameters. See, this is my first Christmas card that I've done. Sending Christmas wishes. Isn't that cute? Got my little Christmas trees on there. Like that. So if Linda Veal comes in for the replay, there's the Christmas card. And hello, Allie K. I saw you pop in. But I wanted to do different cards. I wanted to do different for Christmas because y'all know it's art. And people, I don't want them to throw it away. So I want to inspire them to keep it and put it in a frame or so. So that's that. All right. That's watercolor, slapping paint on paper in its finest. The whole thing. Blake is in here. He's just like, can you let me out? No, Blake, you can't go outside. And for all those that are new over here to the channel and you might be watching, Blake is the Rottweiler puppy. He is the puppy. How old are you, Blake? If y'all could see the look that this dog got on his face, like, what you mean you're not going to let me out? So these are the colors that I got in Matisse. I think that's how we pronounce it. So I got transparent red oxide, burgundy, cobalt teal, magenta light, which still looks pink to me, and then yellow deep. Those are cute. Now, I use those to make these painty papers. Blake, just sit down. You still got an hour. I'll let you out in a minute. This right here is, okay, this is the time in the show, or the whatever you want to call it, is where we go over into really, really hard arting. And the other thing that saved my sanity is gel printing. So, but I took some Daniel Smith watercolor grounds and I got gold, right? And I put it on the paper, and I'm going to take all of these pages right here, and I'm going to put watercolor grounds on it, and I'm going to watercolor on it. Okay, come on here. He's whining. So let me let him out. Hold up. Come on. Come on. Come back to the door when you're done. He turn around looking like you're not coming out. No, he wants to go out there and play. I don't want to play. Okay, and this one right here is a stencil. Where's the stencil? These are the stencils that got used. This is a prototype, so it's a work in progress. We're learning things over here. This is Rhonda's, can't think of it. It had circles, and they were a little different from Pop Dots. And then this one, oh, great. Thank you, Cookie. Cookie put links. And so all the stencils that you'll be seeing, or all the stamps that you'll be seeing going forward, you can get over at PM Artist Studio. There will all be links in the chat. And if you're on Team Replay, there'll be in the description box below. You can get a link down there. And if it's your first time ordering, you use my link, use my code, you can save. So, but this is, look at that. Is that not beautiful? Yeah, like you gotta wiggle, because it is just so pretty. And you know, Mariah likes smelling things, and she be talking about the paint and stuff. This paint smells good. I had to stop smelling it. It smells almost licorice. Okay, so, and these are double-sided because these are going in a journal. I have 2 orders for journals. And so I'm going to do, one is going to be, what do you call it? Very vintagey. And then this one is going to be very junk journalish. But look at that. Very grungy. You still got to do the wiggle. Do that one. Look at them colors. I just had so much fun. I'll just flip. So those are the only stencils that I used, the ones that I just showed you. Oh, there's the girls. I gotta find, I gotta find these. I cut this out on my scanning cut and cut these girls out to go in a journal, and I use this on the paper. See, they're regular girls, so when you fold it in half, yeah. Look at that. Oh, this is silver, so I put silver in here. Can you see it? I hope it's showing up in the technology. That silver is pretty. Look at that, and that wiggle. Now that they've dried, they are really pretty. That one's silver. Oh, that one's really shimmery. I played that one down a little bit. And the paper that I used for this was my 25-pound paper because I wanted it to be a little thick to handle the paint, because I knew I was going to be slapping some paint on it. Let's look at that. Rich little shimmer. That's gold. Oh, that's fun. And you see how the circles, I like this. I just love circles. Oh, look, that one's yummy. And I'm not done with these pages either. So these pages are still going to get some more stuff. I'll be stamping on them. So they're still not done, but I put them together so that I can show you guys. But they were like around the studio so that they can dry. And I have the dehumidifier in here so it can suck out all that humidity. And they've been drying pretty good because I did these last night. So for them to be not really sticky, like they feel real good. And that's the other thing I like about these paints. They did really good. So outside of the silver and the gold, I used the Matisse paint. We did some mixing. I did some mix. P would have been proud of me. I was mixing up my own paints. Look, we have that crazing going on there. Gotta have orange. But my orange and my, what do you call it? Orange and red oxide, the phase is kind of going down. I mean, it's still pretty, but the phase is still going down. Oh, that's where y'all are. Oh, I guess I put two sides on you, so it's good. So you see the girls, and you think when I put it in a junk journal or when I put it in a journal, it's going to be folded. So when you open it up, it'll be so like this. So you'll have a girl on this side, and you come, and then you go, and then way down there, then you'll have two on that side. So that'll work out. And it's more, I got plenty more pages because I feel like I did like about 100. Oh, I was having fun on gel plate, y'all. I had fun on a gel plate. That's all I'm saying. And I only had these 3 stencils because for one, I wanted to see, because I'm still working out some things with this design, like I'm learning. And so I'm still working out some things, and I went back, like this is a butterfly. So I'm taking the butterflies out. But after the new month come along, we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's move the brushes. We did our another thing I did was clean the studio up a little. Not clean. I move some things around. I did. Look at slapping paint on paper. That's what'll be on the back of your card or anything that you buy from me. You literally get my signature on it, and I sign it. Can't wait to see the finish. Me too. Like I've done it 3-4 different ways, and I'm happy with all ways, but I'm just waiting for the way that just like, hey, I'm it. Like right now, it's still fun. The learning process is fun. All right, I have all my gel plates are empty because I got my what's them thing IMPPs, and so I was playing with them. That's why all the other pages are over there. They're over there somewhere. I don't know what I did with them, but these are the butterflies from my IMPP. Look at that. We need to put some paint on here. So let's shimmer this. I mean, wiggle it. Like you say, you gotta get that wiggle on. Isn't that pretty? And then I'll probably put some paint around, color it or stamp around that right there so that I don't have to cut anything off of here. Because everything that I have, oh yeah, and Darcy threatened me with a good time because she was using Yolande's stencil with the fallen leaves. Dang, where are those papers? Yeah, this is what happens when you clean up too. This is exactly what happens when you clean up. All right, let's put some. Let's see what's under here. Oh, we got green. Can't do that yellow. That color. Let's do burgundy. Yeah, that was the first time. Listen, that was the first time I was able to get some IMPPs. Oh, y'all, I forgot. I would have to cut the light off because that's not that bad. Okay, so my son-in-law was here, and we got some things. He's supposed to send me my grocery list, my shopping list, so that I can go and get the lights and the camera, because he did some video and some stuff while I was here. Man, he had me all hyped up. I couldn't even go to sleep Friday night. See, that smells so good. I'm quite sure I'm not supposed to be smelling paint, so I might need to stop. Oh goodness. Let's brayer off on this. It's about the same color. There we go. But yeah, Darcy had used Yolande's stencil, so I was like, yeah, let's use fallen leaves. And this one, I can't remember. This one is. Look at that. Would you look at that? I think this one is Yolande's too. I pulled this one out because I was going to use it for my card because one of the parameters for Craft Roulette was bark. So I was going to use this as bark for the tree. But I then found I found a piece of paper that oh yeah, that's the other thing. I drew on that. Well, I didn't draw. Like I made that look barkish because it's supposed to be bark. So I took my pen and went in there. You know, Mariah showed us some things over there, especially today. She was showing out today. It might help if I put some paper over that. Might help, might help, might help. Oh. And this is regular old cardstock. I can't wait for my other black paper because y'all know I love pulling on black paper. My Liquitex fluid paints smell real good too. Do they? Liquitex. Do I got some Liquitex fluid paint? I feel like I do. I don't think I ever smelled those though. Lynn say I was able to get, and you was too. Yes, this was the first time out of almost a year I was able to get me one. Look at that. That is very much so beautiful. Like that. So we're gonna let that dry, and then we'll pull that. So here's, let's see. Here is, we had butterflies, and then y'all, I had some great pulls. You hear me? That wasn't in my IMPP, but I keep it over there. So these were the IMPPs, and that one. So I've already used them. See my little bird bugs. And I used them and made a card. Then that one, haven't used that one. I think that was it. And then the other ones are bigger and they over there. Let's see what's on here. Oh, let's pull this one. Okay, let's put these over here. But y'all, if you get these and you order these yours probably be different. Like these are my IMPPs. Like I was trying to figure out, well, what was they supposed to look like? Because that looked pretty darn good to me. All right, so there's this one. Let's pull this off. Look at that. See, wouldn't that have made a beautiful card backing for my craft roulette card? So there's the branches and then the fallen leaves on top of it. What's on the other one? That is a beautiful piece of paper. All right, that's that one. And then it's got some, we got to wiggle it because it's got some shimmer on it. I did that with the metallic green. All right. Y'all know big girl. Let's see, can we see something on the other side? Well, let me show you what it's going to be. What's on the other side. Is that not pretty? Okay, hold on for a second. It's going to drive me crazy, not you. Blake didn't come back to the door. Good boy. Okay, sit down. Now he all hot and flustered. Go sit down and rest your nerve. Okay, so there we go. See how to cut the light off now that's gone. Isn't this pretty? So hopefully this is going to pull up very, very good. I hope so. I hope so because it's so pretty. I'm not letting you in there now. You're just going to have to go and have a fit. All right, let's get our tool. Go around those edges. And when you go poking on it, don't go poking on it. You just want to crack those edges a little bit to get the paper up. This is, Rhonda taught us this, and it's the best thing I love. Because sticking my daggum fingers on there, going down the thing, I always I always get my fingers hurt. Oh, let's everybody cross your fingers that it's going to come up. And this paper is exam paper. It's exam paper. So that's another thing. All right, let's go around. Gotta crack them edges, but I don't think I put a lot of paint on the edges either. And this is my 16 by 30 shell plate. We hung out Friday. Yeah, because daughter came in, they came in the studio. Because again, I wanted him to see what I was talking about. Blake, I am not letting you in the house. No, that's not happening. Oh, that paint is just not right. Come on, I don't want to lose none of it. I want it all intact. There was a lot of paint on the plate, y'all, so I'm asking a lot of this paper. I probably should have put down some Carnival wet strength too. All right. So when you go poking on you don't go poking on your gel plate when you use your knife. My spatula, not my knife. And it's because this paint, well, this Matisse paint, so I don't know. All right, let's see. All right, once we get it up off the edges, we'll be fine. It will be good to go. There we go. Come on up. Come on, feel the noise. And my patience is getting thin, because y'all know I ain't got time for this. We done yanked it up and preserve what I can preserve. The rest of it just be messed up. There we go. Come on up. When you put a lot of paint on, this is exactly what I have to deal with. And too, I would have yanked it up if I had some different paper, but I already know that this exam paper, it's not like that, paper. The tissue, doesn't it? It's hanging on. Well, I can't say it's pulling it up, but it's hanging on. And it's going to be so pretty when it come up. Because this I want because I'm gonna do my cans, and I got a box. There we go. Just start coming up. Come on, come on. Don't be so angry. There we go. There we go. There we go. Once we get off them edges, we'll be all right. It's so gratifying to have it come off. When it does finally come off, it's just like, oh, it's like you can take a deep breath. Ah, there we go. All right, that's pretty. Let's put that over there. It got all that edge up. All right, now let's get this one up. We should be able to go right on down there. Lay that down there. And it just slide right on down. Oh, it came up. You're not digging, you're just laying it there, letting it go up under the paint. You can see how it's coming out and saying no. But if you feel like you're going to dig on your plate, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, Bernadette, are you still here? Your coffee is in Jacksonville. Even though the child came here and could have got her shoes. Oh, this one, I don't know. This is just not going to do over here. All right. All right, let's keep going from this way. Oh, it fell back down. If I know it was not going to cooperate, I'd have just pulled it up. But I want my plate. In the words of it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's okay, it's okay. We're just going to get what we can get and be done with it. It's fine. It's fine. See, that's what you have to tell yourself in life. It's fine. If you can't change it, it's fine. Just let it go. It's okay. It's okay. We got some beautiful pieces. We're going to use them. All we're going to do is slap it on a box anyway. There we go. Hopefully that was entertaining for some. Listen, let me tell you something. This morning when P was on there and she talking about some Kara wants somebody to what you call it? Asthma or whatever. Oh my God, I had coffee in my mouth and it was all across the table. I was like, ASMR, P, ASMR. That mess had me, I was done. And the ripping of the paper, ain't nothing better than this. Here's some paper ripping. Look how pretty that is. Look, just since we're talking about ripping paper, just rip it. Just rip it. And then I'm going to take this and we're going to put it, I have I have boxes and cans, and then I'm saving my toilet paper rolls and my paper towel rolls. But this is heavy because that was a lot of paint around the edges. No, Blake, go sit down. So look at all those colors. Look how vibrant that is. I don't think P even knows how funny we right? That's what I don't think so either. I mean, that mess had me. I was done. I was done. I was like, I can't even say what she said it was. It's like you just got to go over there and hear her say it. But it was Mariah. I was like, yes, rip that paper. Yes, because I like ripping paper. And as Mariah was ripping the paper, I was over here ripping paper too. And it's only certain kind of paper I like to hear ripped. I don't like to hear all paper ripped. Don't want to hear all paper ripped. I don't need that under there. Blake, no. Now, look, you see we have all of this stuff that's left on the plate. This is good. This is real good. It doesn't matter. No. He gonna be like a little child, just want to sit behind me and whine now. Oop, I don't have where's my apron? Because I don't have a dress that I want to get paint on. As y'all know, after I messed up that Eliza J, it is now a paint dress. Oh, this paint smells good. Now we're not waiting. This is not gonna be a time for me to wait and let stuff dry. I'm not doing that either. I just got some things. Blakey Blake, just go, baby. Just go. Chill out. That's that color. Oh, no, that's this color. And I like this little flippy thing. Now, it took me a minute to open them up. I feel like I didn't open them up right, but oh well. But I really do like these paints. These paints are pretty doggone good. They said that they, Julie had said they're kind of like golden. I was like, man, I'm going to have to do a comparison. She said, yeah, Asimer. Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, wait, it's ASMR. God, I guess I was supposed to put the periods and everything on there. Oh, it was so funny. I love those lids. I spotted it on your photo. Never used those lids before. Yeah, they're pretty good. All right, where's some paper? We need some brayer off paper. All right, where's my... Did y'all see what I did with the stencil? I just had it. Oh, there it is. But it's real, it's creamy though. I can say that. So I'd never used it. If I had some other paint that I want to compare it to, I just feel like it's not, it wouldn't be golden. But I'm going to have to do, because golden is kind of thick to me. Kind of. I don't know. You just put her down and pick her up. But she knew Red Hot Chili Peppers lyrics. Right? That's pretty. Got a pretty color. We just putting her down, picking up the design. We are not worrying about nothing. This is another way. This is another way that when I'm feeling a little crappy, come in the studio, and when I say slap paint on paper, literally, you slap this paper down. So that's another reason why, oh, let's pull out some gold. And that's another thing about gel printing. It helped my sanity just as well. I'll put some gold. And then we're coming back with some, I'm going to have to get me some more Prussian blue on the desk because we're almost out. We're almost out. Look at that. This is going to be a paint dress too because I'm going to be done messed up. Now, you know, I like the marbly look under there. Like sometimes we don't like that, but I'm going in. I'm going to just let it sit there. Oh, I used my handle. I used that one for the handle. Because I did something with my papers and it came out so pretty. There we go. Uh-oh, sorry I bumped y'all. I feel like I just bumped you. That stencil is going to need to be washed. It's saying I'm about done, girl. And so when you're doing quick pulls, you got to pay attention. Don't leave the plate down and don't be lollygagging, as P say. You got to put her down and pull her up because that paint will get stuck on the paper and then you got to leave it till it dries. Look at that. There it is. That's what I wanted. See how that marbly look right there? It's pretty in the midst of the design. And then when I come back over it and do it again, that is very pretty. I like that. Normally we don't want that. We don't want it. I mean, it's the paint puddled up. We don't want that. All right, we got this. Now let's put Blake. No, we're going to go in with some burnt umber. So the foundation of the stencil is this one. Who is this? I think it's Paula. And then to come back now, see we got the design on the on the gel plate. See how it's down there? See, it's still that paint moving. Now, it's didn't, is it some? Let's put some back right there. Yeah. And right there. There we go. And then you come back and you drop you some circles in there. Don't put the whole stencil down, because then that way it'll take it up. Alright, now that's that. You gotta do a lot of moving fast. Move fast, shake it fast. Watch yourself. Show me what you're working with. Look at this. Alright. And that's gonna pick up a little bit. We don't care about the back because these are going to be double-sided, so we're okay. It's either going to be double-sided or they'll be made into a card. It doesn't matter about the back. All right, let's pick this up. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that. Love it. Look at that. Blake, where do you want to go? You went outside, so where do you want to go? He's like a little kid. It's like I feel like I need to give him some medicine right now. Y'all admire that real quick. I'm going to take him over there. Take him outside the other way. Come here, Brandy. Come here, Brandy. Go. Blake had to go get his toy. Hey, cut it out. He wants to play. Brandy didn't want to play. This is pretty. I came back. That is very, very, look, that is very, very much so pretty. I didn't see Azalea pop in the chat. Did she pop in the chat and I missed her? All right. You got your toy. Now go. Move. Move. I don't want to play with you. That's all it is. He wants to play. You haven't seen, yeah, I haven't seen her either. She was supposed to pop in. I'll have to call her when I get off the live. Okay, so here's the other thing. So let me tell you something about this. Remember I said I'm going to stamp all the pages with my flowers. So me personally, until I'm finished, until I know I'm done putting paint on them, then I'm really not going to do that. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Because most of the time when I put my flowers or my words on them, I want them to stay. Let's see. And then if you stamp them out, Let's see, what color? I gotta get a light color. Let's see what pink. Let's make sure it's pink. Pink. No, it's been. And then you stamp it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, we're just adding some more. Just adding some more. Whatever you want to call it. Pizzazz to it. But y'all know when I usually put my flowers down, I be wanting to put embossing powder on them. So, but this one is not making me want to emboss it. Just kind of popping in there. That page might be good. Ooh, that paint. And these right here, if you're new to my channel and just like, what are those stamps? These stamps, this is the one, these are the stamps that were born, I like to say born out of my pain. Because these are the flowers that I was over here painting and slapping paint on paper, and Mariah threatened me with a good time and said those will make beautiful stamps. And I said, oh, that's what they say. I mean, that's what they said. And they were right. Because Pam would always say, oh, your flowers would be so pretty as stamps. And I was just like, oh, I mean, you know, it wasn't my lane, wasn't my time. It was meant for, as Krista says, it was meant for me and Mariah. There we go. That would, see, that'd look real good if it was embossed. But I'm not going to emboss it because I don't want to. I don't want to bring the sand out. You know, it's like bringing, when you bring the sand out. I mean, when you bring the, what you call that thing? Bring that embossing powder out. That's like bringing that sand. And I don't want, I won't do that right now. And you can also take, you can take any kind of stamp and just stamp it out. Doesn't matter. Where did that go? Okay, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I think my, what you call them, gone. Okay, we gotta go over here. It'll be okay. All right, so let's take this, let that dry. So you see the difference in this one and this one? The color? Two different colors. And let me tell you something. While you're doing this, if you're not having fun, like your hands not getting dirty, if you don't like getting your hands dirty or whatever, go put you some gloves on. But this right here, give your heart time to just play, to just enjoy slapping the paint on the paper. You know what I mean? That's one thing I think we do, all of us love doing, is really, really, really getting into the process of just having fun. And then Darcy just kind of enlightens us all, encourages us on the journey to just don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. We ain't got time for that. I mean, we ain't got time. I don't have time to let it dry. Most of the time, I don't. And as Darcy said, that's my phone, not yours. If y'all heard that. Ooh, that's gonna be pretty. Now that's enough brayering. Slap that down. Okay, and then I want some circles. Circles. There we go. Got a little warm in here. Oh, no wonder my thing wasn't on live chat. Y'all make sure you're on live chat and live. You don't know if you're on live. If the light isn't red, you're not on live. Let's cut the air up real quick so I got a little warm. So now we change colors, but I'm not changing stencils. So I'm going to go back in with my paper and just pick up some of that and put it on there. Put some on there, see? Just adding a little bit. We ain't changed stencil. Just still going in. Now, I want some like right there. I don't want to take all of that away. Just kind of go around there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Like that. All right, where's another paper? Let's go down with this one. Ooh, and let's put some on this one. Oh, nice. Let's look at that. Oh, let's pull this one on up. I want it to live there. Look at that. So now y'all see why my edges was full of paint. Because this is all I did Friday. Just picking it up. But I like the way this one kind of popped in there. So you see my flower stamped in there. Turned out good. So, and remember I was talking about the grounds. So I'm going to take the grounds and do a page and then paint my flower. So you also can stamp it in there too. You say that's a huge gel plate. This is a 16 by 30. This is the biggest gel plate I own. And you know, Lizette and Froyle had the, well, let's see, Froyle, I saw Froyle with it first, right? And then Lizette was using hers, and then when Lizette was videoing it, I was just like, oh my God, Lizette makes it look like so easy. I mean, Froyle did too, but oh Lord, my top going way back there. Hold on, y'all, gotta get that. And so, you know, I kept talking about it, and so Mr. McCoy went right on over there, so he got it kind of for my birthday. I think it was my birthday. So yeah, we got this year. Size does matter. That's one of those other choices that you have to decide in your work, in your artwork, in your life. What do you want to work with? What do you want in your studio? What do you want in your art space? Like, what does that look like to you? You know, just because I have the setup I have, it works for me. My whole vision of having others at the studio, that's why I needed a bigger desk. Like right now, my desk is 72 by 42, or 42 by, no, it's long this way, and yeah, 42 by this way, and 72 this way. So I got a lot, which is why when Crystal and Bernadette were here, everybody was at their own spot. We're good. I really need to have some papers there so I can just do some painted papers. But it'll be all right. Now I'm going to go down with this one. See, I didn't put enough paint on there. See how that pulled up all my paint? It's not a problem. But because I'm not flopping off somewhere, I don't want all that paint on there. See, watch how this does. You're going to see the difference. Oh, you know what? Let me get some of that acetate. No, Vellum. I think this is Vellum. Where's my paper? Yeah, what's that? Paint done dried. We gotta put some more paint on here. And I bought me I got some mulberry paper. Oh, that is just beautiful. Look at and then it left some of the crinklies on there. Oh my goodness. Now let's put some more paint. Oh look, let's threaten me with a good time. I'm just saying, why not? Sure. Oh, this piece of paper stayed down too long. Let's see if it's gonna rip. Nope. And the paper I'm using is 24-pound paper. Is it 24-pound? Yeah, I think it's 24-pound paper. So it's got a little strength to it. All right, let's put all this paint over here. All right, put all this paint over here. Not too much, but we want to get those edges because I know the vellum can handle me pulling. It's going to handle me, yanking on it. I'm going to let it sit there so we can clean it up. There we go. Karen, what paper are you using on the right side? This side right here. Wait, right side would be. Okay, this is vellum right here. This is vellum, and then this one is 24-pound regular copy paper. Well, no, I don't think it's regular copy paper. Wait, hold on. It's old. Yeah, it's 24-pound. Now, I'm not leaving this down. Just wanted to see if we're going to pull up some of the stuff and see it can handle it. Now, look at this paper. Shy, you better hush your mouth. Ooh, look it. Ooh, isn't that pretty? All right, let's lay this down right there and pick that up. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that is pretty. I'm not disappointed. I mean, I had to remember. I was just like, wait a minute. I like vellum on gel plate. I don't know what made me do it when I did it. I'm quite sure it was one of those times when I just had something on the desk and it's just like, oh, let's see if this will pull. You know me, I'm going to do it and then either I'm going to mess it up because y'all know I have stencil that will not come back because I put metallic on it first. I learned. But I mean, it's beautiful though. It is a beautiful stencil. But look at that. Okay, we're going to build up on that. So let's go and let's see. That got that color. Let's see what else can we build up. Lighten it up. We're just going to build on top of it. Oh, I know what we can do. Hold on. Let me get the stencil. If I can find it. Well, just had you. Why aren't you right here? Oh, there you go. We're going to use both of these. And I'm going to come back and we're going to use, let's see, Naples. Let's see. Yeah, let's use Naples. So I'm going to use this one first to make it have like barky, whatever you call it. All right, let's cut that off. That's blowing my paper. That's a lot of paint, Karen. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's just okay. Just put it over there. It's okay. Let's pull. Actually, no, don't pull it. We're going to use it like we would use deli paper. Watch it. Watch it. Oh. Ooh. I'll show y'all in a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I know you want to see. Hold on. Oh. Oh. That's so pretty. Look at that. Oh, is that not beautiful? And we can kind of go, I can still go back, like if we wanted to. So I'm thinking, because y'all know if I see everything in card form now, right? So I see all things cards. But when you look at this, if that color, if I gave it too much color, because I could have did it the other way, and then this would have been differently, but it's okay. I like the way that this side came out. I mashed on it too much over there, but it's still pretty. That's very much so beautiful. I like that. And do. All right, let's put you on that. All right, put you there. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. And let's pick this up. Slap this over here and continue braying it out. Let's get some yeah, there we go. All right. Dun, dun, dun. That turned out real pretty. That was fun, y'all. That was really fun. Let's put this over here so it can dry. It don't take that long. So the other thing I noticed on that one, it's the paint isn't wet like it's not real sticky either. So we got this. Let's see what we got. What do we got? We can let's get us another piece then since Vellum is working out. Now I had a question. I guess I wanted to ask what was the problem with Vellum today. I don't know. Or maybe it's the way people are using it with the heating tool. I don't know. I didn't know. I've always liked Vellum. Even embossing on it. Okay. Just gonna mash that down. And it's pulling up the other colors that was on there. So if I left that down, it'll pull up all of that. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty. Mariah says P doesn't like that it curls. That it curls? This one still didn't curl either. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they got different paper. You see, it's still straight. It didn't curl at all. As a matter of fact, the more paint I put on there, the straighter it actually has gotten. Interesting. And Lord knows, I don't know where. I'm quite sure I got it off of the A store. I could go back after you, if you needed to know which one it was. But yeah, see, it's still not. I like that. Okay, let's build up on top of this one. We're gonna come back in with Darcy because we still got some stuff on here. So this is Magnolia. And Magnolia, I'm going to use like a reddish. Hey, Topeka, how are you? Magenta, maybe? No. Cadmium red deep. She says, my vellum is much thicker than yours and it reacts to the wet paint by buckling. Interesting. Guess I got lucky then. That's all I can say. This stencil here say, I'm sick of you. It's like, you always picking me. It's like, yeah, you give me what I want. Make me happy. And then we're going to flip it. Flipper. And use the other side. Take the paint. My Vellum, yeah. Huh, that's interesting. Look at that. That stencil is fabulous. Darcy, thank you. Okay. Are we letting it dry? No. Nobody got time for that. Okay, I want this over there, or do I want that over there? Let's flip it and do it this way. This away. This away. It's not good English, but it sounds good. Yeah, so my little, the cheat sheet, I guess, to tell you what the product is, I guess I pulled it out. So I'll have to go and look in I'm almost certain that I got it from the A store. I'm almost certain. But if I don't see it in my order history, then I mean I'll have to figure out where I got it from. Because y'all know since I done started on this card making journey, I could have gotten it from there, from somebody that was using it in making cards. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Okay. I like the other one, so I'm going to have to make this one grungy as the other one because I like the other one. So we're going to go back in with some burnt umber. And then we're going to put down some dab of that, which is Naples Yellow Hue. And then we're going to put down a little bit of gold. Chiquita! And then we're going to put down some, where is it? I want some Prussian, but what to do with it? Well, where's my Prussian? Y'all see my Prussian? There it is. And a splat. And then we're going to kind of move everything around. See that marbly? Ooh, love it. I love it. Mix in some more over there. Go across that up the top. Let's go all the way around. Get all the way around. What time is it? Mr. McCoy, you still on chat? My stomach just started talking to me, which I'm very interested because I've been eating all day. It's one of the things that the new medicine the doctor gives me. The more I eat, and seems like the more I lose weight. All right, we got all of that right there. Then I'm gonna go back in. I'm almost out of Azo Gold. Your gel plate on index card. Oh man, I got some of those. I gotta make me some painty papers. I got some journals to make. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. All right, now we're gonna go rear that there and put some of those right there and some of those right there. Pop some up there, down there. Oh, that's pretty. That is very much so pretty. That's beautiful. It's just on this side, and I ain't even pulled it up yet. No, straight now. Eddie come over. I'm making some noodle thing. What's noodle thing? Oh, I see what y'all saying. Now, if I leave this on here, I just felt it. Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. Oh, I don't want none of that. Y'all can keep all that. Okay, I see what you're talking about, guys. So as I was sitting on here, leaving it on there and reading the chat, so the science. I feel like I needed to go into the science and figure out what is it in the paper, because it was like it's kind of felt spongy like. It kind of felt spongy like. But I didn't like the way that was going. I like y'all. Oh, I love this though. Let me pause for a minute. This is pretty. This is pretty. But the paper was starting to do its thing. I ain't like that. So I never leave my paper on that long. So we just realized, literally, we just walked it out, what the difference is. Remember, I asked the question, and I just got the answer. So I guess if you're leaving it on to dry, then yes. Eddie, I had steak for lunch. I had steak and a salad for lunch. For breakfast, I had eggs and spinach, and my coffee that uh, most of it in that comment what P said at the point while I was drinking it, I was sitting relaxing by then, came out, just like, oh my Lord, I was not ready for that. And then the comments in the chat just was getting, she's like, oh, I can't read that. So I had to be like, wait a minute, what she can't read? I was like, oh my Lord. Yep. Okay, so we just know if you got vellum, don't leave it on there to dry. Just put her down, pick her up. Put her down, pick her up. It'll behave better. It did not like hanging on the plate. I had chicken and dumplings for lunch. Ooh, that sounds good too. Chat was also Tambien. Huh? Oh, she was, yeah. Yes, listen, I enjoyed her today. Like, if I would have not known any better, I would have came and be like, who's the guest today? But I like when she still like throws a humor in there, because I still want her to be who she is. All right, I like that. Let's go back in with dark, 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 dark. I'm not planning on using my vellum on the gel plate. Oh no, you use yours in card making. I just was curious. I use mine. So I think Zal. I think that's where I got what I got this vellum for, because I have had it. And I think that's what I got it for. But I did put it on gel plate one day because I wanted to see. Like, I wanted to see because I was, I wanted to see. See. Now this is Nick Pro. Go from good smelling paint to stanky paint. Because this paint stink. Mariah thinks it smell good. Smell like dried feet to me. You know how you take shoes off and then your feet dry up from being wet? That's what that Nick Pro smell like. But Mariah, you did a great job with that book, though. The words, oh my goodness, that was just so fun. Oh, that's nice. All right, let's put that over there. Nope, this way. Get some of that. I feel like I gotta do a whole experiment now. I want to see just how wrinkly it'll get. Probably don't need to. It'll probably piss me off. I probably need to just take y'all word for it and just put it down and pick it up. Look at that. That's just yummy. Yummy. That one is very much so beautiful. I am definitely going to stamp my flowers on this. Cut this up and put it in the one of the junk journals. So we're getting some good pages here. All right, let's put the vellum. Oh, it's got one more sheet. I don't have time to put it back in the bag. I got some spoiled dogs. Because I think Mr. McCoy is off tomorrow. If he's off tomorrow, then we can go get something to eat. Because I'm not cooking. I don't have itty bitty stamps, but I have some little stamps that I want to start using. Oh, okay. I do like the way it cleaned this plate. Same with index cards. Put it down, pick it up. Yes, because it will definitely. All right, I'm coming back in with, let's put some of this down here, which is some Azo Gold. Oh, it's all gone. It's all right. We got some more. I got some more. Calm down. Don't worry. Don't stress yourself. I got some more. We have overflow. I will not run out of my favorites. We will not be running out of our favorites. No, will not. Ooh, that's pretty. Blake went over there and laid down. I guess it's like she ain't gonna stop. So let me go on over here and lay down. Okay, that's good. All right, I want some. Let's put some dots. Dottie Miss Dottie. The prayer, the other one, it fell on the floor, and I don't feel like getting up going to get it. There we go. And if you're new here and you like stencils and you're like, what was that stencil? All the stencils that I'm using, you can go over at PM Artist Studio. There should be a link in the chat and you can purchase the stencil stamps over there. Look at that. Is that not yummy? All right, hold on. We're going to build on top of that. Let's go and put this one on there. And do burnt umber. So when I was in the studio Friday, what I was doing, I picked out, like I said, there are 3 stencils that I was using to make the painty papers. And then I only pulled out, because I had just got the Matisse paint in, and I wanted to play with them, so I only used Matisse. So it was a little limiting, because y'all know me. I like to go and pull out whatever color I feel like I'm inspired by. This stencil's like, girl, give me a bath. All right, and then we're going to flop that right on over there in the midst of our dots. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm not going to worry about no pull color. We're just going to go right on in and add that to this page. And pick her up. Pick her up. Look at that. Oh, that's so yummy. Now, hold on. This page is complete. You know how I don't know if y'all do this, but I have some pages when they start talking to me, they like, I'm done. That's enough. Don't put nothing else on me. But I got to do something else to it. Hold on. There you go. It's splattered up. It is done. And this splatter is just my gloss spray, my Dina Wakley gloss spray. That it don't spray no more. But that is very much so yummy. I like that. I really, really do. That makes my heart very, very happy. It makes getting up here, sitting on the thing. You say you're heading home. When you get home, can we go get something to eat? Since you're telling me you're heading home now. Just or no, are you off tomorrow? If you're not off tomorrow, then never mind. Never mind. I like that. All right. Ooh, look at the back of my desk. It looks so pretty. Okay. Let's put the vellum up. That was fun. Oh, I think I know how I ended up doing vellum one time. I know how it was. You're off. Okay, we can go eat when you get home. I had some deli paper that came and it was wrong. It was wrong. It was actually vellum. And that is how I ended up putting vellum on my gel plate. Was and I actually liked it. All right. So from there on, we just kind of rode out with it. There we go. Figure it should be green because it's magnolia. This is metallic aqua green by Liquitex. It's another one of our favorite. We love all of the metallics by Liquitex. That's not going to dry. There wasn't enough paint around them edges. That's better. See, it's still probably shouldn't have put metallic on there either. But oh well, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, fine, fine. Beautiful. All right, get off the plate. Look at that. That is very much so beautiful. Just makes my heart sing. I'll just let y'all hear my heart sing a little bit. I won't sing for you, but it just makes my heart sing. All right, we got that. Let's see. Now we got all this yumminess on the plate. All this yumminess. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Let's use this green. Let's go around the edges a little bit. This one is metallic yellow gold. This is awesome color. We're playing around the edges because we're trying to pull them up a little bit. Now I'm going in with some oxide, violet oxide. You can't get this one. It's gone. Golden stopped carrying it. I don't know why. That's pretty. Hold on, I'll show you when I'm getting through swinging this around. I ain't used to doing this part on live. I usually be by myself swinging this paper around. See how we added that to the top of it? Ugh, that's how I end up being dirty with paint. That's just beautiful. All right, let's put that over there and let that dry. You're running out of magenta? Oh my God, not magenta. We don't run out of, we got colors, we just don't run out of magenta. I'd have to go over to the overflow, and whatever's in the overflow, pink is definitely in the overflow. Don't run out of paints. That's like when Monique was in, you know, I told you I was going to go hang out in Atlanta. That was one of the things, like, God, I didn't go up there because I was going to go to Blick. Look at that. Oh, that's yummy. Isn't that pretty? That's very much so beautiful. All right. Now we're going to pull out Titan Buff. Are we? Yes, yes, we need Titan Buff. Or something close to it. We got titanium. Titanium will be fine. Let's just use this. You'll be all right, fella. He don't woke up again and realize he's still in the house and I won't go play with him. Got some things on my plate, but it's all right. All right, we're going to go on top of this. Oh, I love you, though. You ain't got to look at me like that. It's okay. It's all right. I still love you. You like bump you, man. That's why you be in the doghouse now. All right. Some dots. All right, where's my paper? Oh, I love you, though. Put you over there. Put you right there. Put you right there. But you'll be all right, though, Blakey Blake. I love you, though. Blake like bumpy, man. I'm going to let this sit on there because I want them edges to pull up. Pull up on me. Something about the car industry and not producing that color. Oh, is that what it was? Ah. That was a pretty color. It is a very beautiful color. I think I have two more bottles because I shared with Eddie. I felt like, you know, somebody had to understand the beautifulness of that. We're going to let this kind of stay down here a little bit, get them edges so I can pull it up. That is, look at that. So that's why I want it, because and this is when I let stuff dry, is when I am wanting to make sure the plate is cleaned up. So now you see we got dots in there. We got everything that's going to come up. It's going to come up on those papers that I just put down, and it's going to be very much so beautiful. So that's that. Let's put this over here. And it'll get pulled tonight. It will not be tomorrow when it get pulled. All right, let's pull this one. Look at that. Didn't that turn out pretty? I really do like that. It looks like trees. It's like, I don't know. So when my bugs come, because there's my bugs, I think I got some bugs. I got some, but whatever the bugs is, we're going to stamp the bugs off on a lot of these papers for fall, the fall papers. You'll be all right. If I take the noise cancellation off, you'll hear him just making all these noises like it's supposed to change things. Uh-oh, sorry about the camera. Look at that. That is, and I gotta wiggle it because it's got this metallic green, metallic aqua green. So I did a long haul with it. That's why I don't know where my place. You did hear Blake? Oh. So Blake, Zal heard you. He looking like, and what? He really does not care right now. He wants to know why. Because he wants to go outside and play. It's not that he needs to go outside. He wants to go outside and play. And Brandy is outside, so he wants to go outside with her. Yeah. So look at this one. And we're going to walk through them, and then I'm going to get off of here because this is what I say when I want to ride out and just hang out. Because it's Monday. You always got somebody bothering you. And if he wasn't in here, I wouldn't let it bother me. But since I want to go and get something to eat, although I got 45 minutes, well, actually an hour. It takes Mr. McCoy a long time to get home. So check it. This is pretty. Like the colors. And so when you take it and I cut it and make it and put it on cards. So there's that one. Bye, Carla. Thank you for hanging out. Then we got that one on the vellum. That is really beautiful. I might save these for Wednesday and show y'all how I make cards with them. Yeah, see these? The one that stayed on? So it is doing some rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. But I can literally come back and stamp over that. There's that one. That's it for the vellum. And then we have this one, which is still a little wet. These still have to be done, something on the back, because it's just one-sided. Got that one. We stamped on this one. That one. All these are still a work in progress, so they'll stay on my desk. Love this one. That paint is just mighty, mighty, mighty fine, mighty fine. And then we started off with our watercolors. This is what reclaiming your dreams after tragedy. Just find a way to get your life back. Mine just happened to be through art. And I'm not mad at it. I feel like I had more flowers than that. Where did they go? Uh-oh. They on the paint. Oh, there's this one. Oh, did I put? Yep, they're under the paint. And there's that one. And that one. That was all. Painty paper is ready to go. Ready to go. And you know what? We are ready for them to go. We are not mad at them at all. At all. So, as I get ready to leave you guys, I want to tell you thank you, thank you, thank you for hanging out with me on the anniversary of my daughter and granddaughter's death as I walk forward into reclaiming my dreams after tragedy. I want you to think about what it looks like for you, right? I want you to remember tragedy, it did interrupt my life. It interrupted everything that I had going, like every A, B, and C or 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. It did. But it did not get to have the final word over my life, right? I still have choices. I've decided creativity is my choices, my wisdom through the journey, and I still get to love and give love and receive love, right? So I want you to still have joy. Maybe your future will not look anything like this picture right here. Maybe it won't look like the picture you thought it would. But I want you to think about reclaiming your dreams after whatever your thing is, right? But when you begin to feel that little spark inside of you saying, I think I'm ready to see what is next, listen to it. Please listen to it and take the next step. All right, guys? Remember, the plan may have changed, but your future is still yours. Life after loss, you still can reclaim your dreams even after tragedy. I'll see you guys later. Look at the happy hands. Let me go and tend to Blake. Bye, guys.